Got Alabama playing Oklahoma.
When is
We're
Texas
not live or
Georgia
anything
play?
right now, right?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I just went live.
Oh, okay.
Said watch what you say. Mean
Cool.
what you say.
Is that Imogene Heap?
I have no idea.
I think it
I
is.
think I just mix like 16 songs.
Ooh, what you say? That's Imogene Heap.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a.
I know that
Imogene.
because of Simmons. That's the only person.
Simmons.
Yeah, he told me that song before.
Hello. Little bonus cast thing here on the. Hold my beer. Are we picking up? Okay, we're live.
Yeah, I got a notification on my phone.
You did? You did? You did? Hey, if you want to be the stream boss.
All right, I can connect.
How come he's not talking? What kind of mic you got over there?
Me?
Yeah.
It's a crappy one, but I think it's the Audio Technica
Word. I got two Audio Technicas. I don't know what they're called, but
ATR 2100 or something. But I've got this overhead mic. It just doesn't.
do
I don't
much.
know. It's easier, but it's just different. Yeah.
Yeah.
What screen is he, real quick?
He's
That's me. Where is he? Not him. Not that one.
the opposite one.
All right,
I think
there
it's
we go.
screen capture.
All right. Cool beans. We're good now.
Yeah. All right, man. What do you want to talk about? I know we're live right now and everything, and we should have an intro and stuff, but we'll do
Oh,
it.
we live right now?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
This is a low key, man. We're doing a little. We're live right now. We're doing some UFC sports. We're just going to be just kicking it, really. We're just chilling on the weekend.
Just hanging out.
Are you live over in your part? You can go live while we're live. I don't care. Do you even have that set up, or are you just with us?
What do you mean?
Are you going? Are you on your end? We could do a live. Are you live on your side?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Though, if you want me to.
No, it's up to you. That's your thing.
Oh yeah, man. No, what I do like though is how you have your thing set up where you have the screens. What did you do? Did you create that template?
I did.
How the hell did you do that, dude?
PowerPoint, bruh.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm baller on a budget, man.
Dude. And you almost have to become an expert at everything if you want to do a podcast with video. And people go, oh, you just sit down and record? No.
Shit, no.
The fuck you do? You don't do that. That's the last thing you do in a podcast.
You don't want to have that very long.
God almighty.
It's
What's been up to, man? I ain't talked to you in fucking forever.
I know. When was that?
It was a good
I
while
done
ago.
lost you.
Can you hear me?
Nope, now I can.
Sorry. Am I going in and out?
Yeah, and it's almost like it's a short in a cable or something.
Who knows? Is it good quality or anything? I'm picking it up pretty good on my end.
Unless you're fucking with me again and not just moving your mouth. Yeah, I couldn't tell the fucking difference.
No, we were. When was that? I'm trying to think. What was about to happen?
What was about that?
That was good 2 months ago, I believe.
We were talking about something.
Was it Max Holloway? Brian Ortega?
No, it was way before that. It was after Conor, and I think it was a couple weeks after Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov. I love saying that name.
Yeah, it took me forever to kind of get that name down. Maybe it was Ben Askren being signed because you don't like Ben Askren.
Yeah, it was that. I think it was that day.
Juice Bro.
Honestly,
Are you still fucking with me, Josh, with that mouth moving? Because, dude, that's all I can see is like. But I don't know if you're.
maybe there's a
doing...
lag over there. I don't know.
Yeah, there it goes.
There's not telling. I'm looking. Are we doing good? We're good? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. As long as the audio sounds good, then it's fine.
Yeah. You sound good. We're picking you up good. No, it's yeah, I think it was right when Ben Askren was signed, so it is what it is. But what? Hey, who's Blackwood Blades?
No idea.
Hey,
up,
Blackwood
Blackwood
Blades. have my alerts I'm working on. Have like popping up stuff. I got like this thing called Stream Boss. If whoever like donates, comments, subscribes, it randomly will pick somebody to be the stream boss, and other listeners can chip away at their health and take over as a stream boss, and their name would be displayed. I haven't tried it out yet, but it is what it is. But let's talk about UFC. What was it? 232? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, man. Well, I already screwed up, man.
Wow.
Because I said, hey, man, you want to do a podcast? We can talk about the fight tonight. And you're like, the fight tonight? And I go,
you scared me.
Well, you scared me because I go, shit, who did I just text? because you said fight ? And I'm like, wait a minute, am I talking to Josh? Like, I didn't even think, oh, he means the fight's next week. I was thinking, you're like, what the hell are you talking about with a fight? So anyway, I looked at it and I was like, yep. But yeah, man. So I'm a week off on that shit.
You scared the hell out of me, honestly. I was like in a dugout, grabbed my phone. I was like, well, that's next week, right? No, it's John Jones making his, I guess, comeback again before he screws up again.
I don't think he should be able to fight. He's had his chances.
He's GOAT, bruh.
I don't care. He's had his chances.
I don't care. It's not football. It is. Why can't I see you? Okay, there you are. So you froze up on me for a second. No,
I did.
John Jones is the Josh Gordon of UFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, how many chances can you get? But Josh Gordon's is one thing because, like, technically, I guess you could say, okay, I had tainted supplements or something.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone who has tainted supplements, you always question, are they on steroids? It's like,
It's like a rape allegation. It never goes away.
yeah. Why do you got to bring that up, man?
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding.
It stinks like that. It never
Yeah, I
goes
know what you
away.
mean. I know what you mean. Like, if you're being tried for murder, even if you're innocent, people are going to view you as a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sucks.
Right.
That's the way of life, though.
That reminds me of a Joe Rogan one I was watching today.
He just got into the Joe Rogan podcast, by the way.
Oh, you just now got into it?
There was a guy he was talking to who was.
Hey, dude, go back and
like
watch
20,
the old episodes, man. You'll
The
love it.
best.
He
They're
spent-
boring now.
This guy spent like 22 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit, and he got beaten to hell and back and everything by the whatever you want to call them, officers there.
It happens.
Yeah,
I remember
It's a pretty
I remember
crazy story.
my stint in, I'm just kidding. Nah. But the thing is, a lot of people, Alexander, I can't say his last name. Please cut me off. if
Gustafson?
You can't. Gustafson.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's not a bigger name, because those my two favorite fights almost in UFC history is against the John Jones Alexander one and then DC and Alexander. Which it's safe to say John Jones and DC are probably one of the most dominant fighters of all time. And Alexander Gustafsson, he could have won both of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he actually won the first one, not
Which
by
one?
rule. John Jones.
I think
think
the
so.
only reason he lost is because he was so fatigued at last round.
That last round, John Jones, went off. How do y'all see it coming out next Saturday?
I don't know. I really don't. I can't. John Jones haven't fought in a coon's age.
That's what makes it. Yeah, that's what makes it so hard, man.
I have no idea.
I had DC though when they fought last time, and John Jones kicked him right in the face, knocked him out. So I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
but Alexander Gustafsson matches up with him physically.
Oh, perfect.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. And he has such a unique style, and in a way, that style might go against him in the scorecards, because he kind of does that little. He exchanges, and then when he's in a situation he doesn't like, he runs around him, like runs away and then centers to the octagon. But it looks like he's kind of being a pussy about it.
Goes to the center to try to assert dominance.
Yeah, but he'll
control
literally
in the ring.
sprint away from a guy and then square himself. No, it's strategy. I like it, but I'm saying as the eyes of a judge, it looks like you're not trying to engage.
Yeah, I can see that with John Jones. I think if Alex can take him to the ground and keep him from kicking so much, or just keep it even standing to where you have to rely on boxing, I think he's going to pull it out in the end. I think it'll be him by decision.
Who, John?
No, Alex. I'm actually going the other way with it.
Yeah.
Am I cutting out?
You're good.
That's what I'm pulling for.
Who, Alexander Gustafsson?
Yeah.
I don't know. I am going for him because he fought them so hard and didn't win either of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, not to win one of them when it's like you go the distance with two of the best fighters ever, and you took both of them down for the first time in their UFC career.
Mm-hmm.
And what? John Jones was like 17 and 1, but he got that one loss from beating the living shit out of somebody.
Yeah, that's. What do y'all think will happen to him if he loses?
I don't know.
Y'all think he's done?
Honestly, I think he's kind of being set up. Like, the last time he came back, they gave him kind of a tune-up fight before DC. This time, they're going, okay, well, look, here you go.
Yeah.
Title fight's on the line. Boom. Good luck.
See, I don't think that's fair.
Well, he shouldn't have screwed up.
I'm talking about for him. It's not fair for him to get the title shot after he's been
Yeah,
suspended
but
twice.
have you watched most of his fights?
Honestly, not really, but I know he's one of the best.
No, he's literally. That's what was so crazy about the Alexander Gustafsson fight, because before that, he didn't even like sweat almost. Do you agree?
No, I agree. I think,
and that's what was crazy.
You know, besides Mighty Mouse, he's got to be pound for pound, right?
Easy. Like he just dominated people. And then Alexander Gustafsson just teed off on his face to where his lips. Can't hear me? I'm picking up on my end. That's all. I'm seeing a red arrow on a connection. It's a connection. We're good on my end. Can you talk?
Can you hear me?
Call quality guide.
Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's weird, man.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, are you turning something or like?
No, it looks like we don't have a good connection. Okay, now it's better.
Yeah, I can hear you now, man.
Okay,
sorry, I keep having to do that.
We never lose you.
And I'm like, fuck, what's he saying?
Yeah, I know. Just kind of change the subject or something, because your audio is never going out. Like we hear you all the way.
Oh, the whole time. Okay.
Yeah, no, I see the connection goes red for some reason, which I don't know why.
What are you running it on?
I don't know. Skype.
Oh, that's going. Okay, never mind. But anyway, man, I can hear you now. So what were you saying?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's been one of those damn days, man. So both y'all from Alabama, right?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Louisiana, but I live in Alabama.
Okay, I'm changing the subject because I can't hear you. I'm just gonna keep just every time that you go mute, I'm just gonna ask a different question.
Do it.
Just gets
do it. Yeah.
Weird.
How much is it going off? Is it going in and out like bad?
Yeah. I heard that part though.
I don't know what.
It's almost like, you know how you have a short and a cable.
No, I think I know what it is. I know what it is. Hold my beer.
Like do this with it.
Hold on, I think I know what it is. This might get better. I had 3 things going on the same sound card. I think this might fix it.
Bam, I can hear you good, man.
Let's cross our fingers. We're good. Okay, well that's Saturday, and that'll probably go fight time at 10:30. Then you got
what's the undercard?
Undercard 1, the prelims, you got BJ Penn, the Hawaiian man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's fighting someone. Hold on, I'm trying to get.
You've got, and you know, this is the fight I've been wanting to see for.
And
a long
Alabama
time.
plays at 7, so you're gonna have to dual watch them.
Who?
Alabama and Oklahoma.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Same night. They're gonna be simultaneously be on.
Dude, and you know what? I'm definitely gonna watch Alabama game before I watch the fight, because I'm a diehard, Alabama fan. But as soon as that shit's off, boom, I'm clicking it over. But remind me to tell you something off the air on how we can, because we would never watch the stream illegally ever.
Heck no.
But if there was a way to do it, then I could probably just throw some ideas out there like that.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited about that. Okay, we'll stick on Alabama or on college football. When Kyler Murray won the Heisman, how stupid is it that someone somewhere went out of their way to go through the dudes as soon as he won it? Literally, he must have just on the podium, they were like, I'm going to go through this dude's Twitter feed. And went all the way back to when he was 14 to find some homophobic shit he said when he's 14 years old.
He's probably a Bama fan, but go ahead.
Probably was. He's not a Bama fan, by the way.
He's probably right about that. It probably was a Bama fan, so that does make it funnier. However, I'm so sick of that bullshit. Like, I didn't even know that happened until y'all just brought it up.
You didn't know that? Oh, he had to publicly apologize.
The fucking loot with that crap, man. I hate it.
Yeah, everybody's digging up their past or someone else's past.
They're bringing politics into real life stuff. Like, we get that. Okay, you're going to do that for a presidential candidate because that's how we choose our commander in chief. The least shittier person is going to be our president. I don't know what your political views are as a president, but you didn't rape anyone in the past, so we'll elect you.
Yeah, and even if you did, if you can tell a good enough lie, you might get a slide.
We can be like Hillary Clinton and not even lie.
She killed so many freaking people. This bitch didn't do nothing, and they used that exact word too. It was weird. and you're cutting out again, dude. Damn it! I wish
I
could
haven't
see you.
talked.
Yeah,
I haven't
'cause I see you
talked.
Laughing.
No,
I
I
know
haven't
what you're
talked.
laughing
I
at.
saw it turn red, and I just didn't say anything
I didn't hear what you said.
at all.
Oh, I heard this is red. I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything either. I saw it was red, and I just didn't say anything.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know what it is.
Kind of left me out there to just.
But has my
keep it
audio
running.
not gone out since I said I fixed it? No.
No, I heard that.
Okay. I don't know what the hell's going on right now. I guess I don't know. We'll figure it out. No, I'm excited about it. One, I think with a defense, they both have good offenses, but I think traffic cones probably would play better defense than any Big 12 defense.
Yeah, I agree with you.
As you make a few stops, I think we'll be fine. It was hard watching Tua lose his Heisman, though. I saw it coming.
It wasn't his Heisman.
Yeah,
It was his.
No,
All
it
he had
wasn't. It can't be.
It was his Heisman until he. All he had to do is not shit the bed, and he would have won it.
I don't agree with that, but I'll agree to
It would've been
disagree.
hell of a lot closer. Like if he just came out and just dominated against Georgia.
Or just did not as bad as he did. You know, he had it.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess, if you look at the stats, he definitely lost. But I don't know, man. I was pulling for Tua, but I'm biased on it. But I also think that he's a better quarterback.
Yeah, I would agree. But my bias is he was never in a bad situation where he had to actually win the game, besides the Georgia game last year.
Right, but that's still in people's mind.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
You never had him in that situation all year.
Right. I just happy. I think it was like textbook Cinderella story, role reversal, however you want to look at it. I felt so good for old Jalen.
Yes.
I was like, go on, Jalen.
Man. I was like, man,
Go on,
Jalen
Jalen.
didn't start at the beginning of the season. I'm like, dadgummit, start to it when he started, and then they put Jalen in. I'm like, come on, Jalen. God, dude, I flipped my shit.
Yeah, dude.
I just want to win that fucking ball game, dude.
In the SEC championship, I had the biggest sports boner on. Like, I was like, dude.
Dude, I'm like, am I hard right now?
Yeah.
Shit.
It was bad. I was in a group of people. I was like, oh, God.
It was weird. I had my family over. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, it's just nothing.
It's Jalen. You understand. Nah, it's been good, dude. I'm excited. And then they get the #1 recruiting class again.
Go figure.
Did you ask me a question, Josh?
No.
Because
Lord.
it's so funny because I can see you talk and then you just kind of go, like, say something, motherfucker.
We're talking about the
I don't know
recruiting
what you're
class.
saying.
Recruiting class? Okay. We'll just go. We'll talk about recruiting class. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
y'all just talk to
recruiting.
each other.
Well,
I saw they got the
Body
number one
language.
kicker.
what the fuck's going on?
I saw where they got the #1 kicking recruit
Oh, I can
finally.
hear him.
Well, see, the Alabama, I don't think is a complete team without a shitty kicker.
That's true.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
I think
why
that
the fuck do we want to
Once they get a
man?
good
That's-
kicker, they're going to be a shit
They're
team.
going to be terrible. I'm telling you. Look, I was an LSU fan. All right. We had a legit defense for like 10 plus years, right? The year we have a good offense, our defense is trash. I forgot what year that was, maybe 13, when they had Zach Mettenberger, Jeremy Hill, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, all in the same offense. Defense was trash.
You can't really have both, I guess.
Alabama's pretty damn good.
Well, I know, but they're set aside from everybody.
They're
else.
not
Everybody
normal.
knows that.
Yeah, it's like a factory.
Aside from them, you can't really have one.
Well, in the pros, it's
both.
hard to do that because
Yep.
you can't pay both. But really, the outlier in NFL is if you pay a quarterback a shit ton of money, you can't have a defense.
Yeah.
Usually, but it is what it is. All right, so let's get on that fight card. I know we're flying all over the place because you can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man. Yeah. The past
Okay.
minute and a half, dude, you've been good. You've been solid.
I have been. I don't know what's going on. I'm
Well,
blaming.
man, we could all have to talk fight card. We can. What I want to do is pick your brain a little bit, whether on or off camera. But what the freak is going on lately with the politics thing? Because I know you tuned in on that, aren't you? Or
Yeah.
are you more tuned in with the UFC?
Nah, I honestly, yeah, but I'm more on the other side. What do you mean by politics? What do you want to talk about?
Well, okay, fair enough. That's definitely a broad term. But no, I don't really want to talk about anything. But which one are you more tuned into? And then we'll take that path.
Depends on what you're talking about. Probably politics. I haven't been on the UFC webs really.
Yeah. And I guess, well, what the fuck has been going on lately? The government shutdown. I'm sure. What's your take on that, man?
I don't know. It's all. I don't get it. I don't understand. They shut down at midnight, and they're like, it's going to leave 800,000 people without paychecks. I'm like, they're going down. Like, they're instantly just, we don't.
Yeah, they're
like,
going to renege every paycheck.
Yeah, well, I know we sent you a paycheck earlier, but we're taking all that back. Like, how's that work? It doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense to you?
No, dude. That's why I was actually asking, because I don't, and I know this sounds weird, but I don't really give a fuck. But the reason why I don't give a fuck is pretty selfish, because it doesn't affect me like it would affect somebody, working.
Yeah, screw that person.
Yeah, it's like, fuck them until it affects me, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
I feel like it's dramatic. The only thing I'll tell you
it's all that fucking just.
I don't know, man. Look, I'm not the biggest Trump guy. I kind of like what he was doing, but I understood he was an asshole. And I loved what he was doing, okay? But he's an asshole, okay, right? Mm-hmm. Let me reword that. But when that guy got in trouble, then ratted him out to shorten his sentence, you know what I'm talking about? This past week? Guy ratted him out on some stuff, and then he went on Fox on a one-on-one interview and was basically just trying to plead his innocence, but basically at the same time just kind of talking about some shit, and then like would sprinkle in and be like, oh, well, that guy, people did that too, and he started name dropping some Democrats. He's like, but all they did was pay a fine, blah, blah. Okay, then the next day is when he declares victory over Syria. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, you look really guilty right now.
Yeah. Dude, that was one thing I didn't like when Trump got in, was the whole Syria thing. Like us behind the scenes going to war with Syria. But I don't know, man. And now he's all, we're not at war with him anymore, is what he's saying. Yeah. Right?
Well, when's the last time you've heard of ISIS?
Well, ISIS is CIA psyop anyway, so
either they cover all of their stories up, or we've pretty much eliminated them.
Yeah, what they were Obama created anyway.
Agreed.
The fact we're still in Afghanistan is strictly opium and lithium. So once we bleed that dry, we should be out. I saw somewhere it said a Marine hasn't died all year in Afghanistan.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean dude. So Al Qaeda. What's the new boogeyman that they're gonna throw at?
They'll find one. Mm-hmm. They'll find one.
As soon as ISIS is killed, you know what's crazy is Trump actually said, there's no more ISIS. Apparently we got rid of them, but now in like a few tweets ago, they're a big problem again. And dude, it's just like you have to pull the curtain back, okay? And once I guess people get to where me and you, where our brains actually go, because we can talk here at the surface, but when we actually pull it back, we can go all the way up here to the top. Dude, it's just the boogeyman, Al Qaeda. Oh, we got to be afraid of them. Okay, we beat them. Oh, now it's ISIS. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh,
pops out of nowhere.
Now we're done, and they're bringing Al Qaeda back, or Al Qaeda, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
You want to know the story on we go the story of Al Qaeda, and we can go all the way back.
Okay, hear you, bud.
It's red again. Okay, hear me now.
Yep.
The story of Al Qaeda here. The weapons they're shooting at us was provided by the U.S. government. Okay?
Yeah.
We're in Iraq, right? We shut everything down. We're running that country. We got them a new government, all that stuff. We pull out of Iraq. Immediately, ISIS or whoever jumps back in. Iraq, a bunch of pussies, and was like, oh, shit. And they just raided all their banks, got billions of dollars, and that's how they got all the shit they got.
Yeah.
And the general told Obama, if you pull them out, this will happen.
Mm-hmm. He still did.
He still did it. They came in and they got the money. I don't know. It's all, I'm telling you, ISIS is created, dude. All of that is, you need the military industrial complex needs to be fed.
Mm-hmm. I have no problem with it to a certain extent.
Why?
To keep demand into the military field to have an edge on every other country as far as security and weaponry.
But
if we don't have an enemy, who are we fighting? How are we? Why would we even try to make better guns if we have no one to fight?
Well, I think the better way to word that is they don't have an excuse to do it. I feel like we do it anyway. Do you?
Oh yeah, we're gonna make.
We're gonna do it anyway, but the fact we're at war,
no matter what,
the public won't be pissed that
we
we're
can try
spending.
it out on people.
Right.
We might not ever declare war again.
Right.
You know,
Well, technically, we haven't been to war since.
That's why. Yeah, World War II was the last war that we declared, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we might do the war on terror or the war on this or that.
But technically, we're not at war. But see, we need a war to justify the fact that we're spending over $600 billion a year on military spending. Other than that, they'd be like, why are we doing that? Imagine.
Now that you say kind of like that, I'm almost with him. Is that I kind of like the fact that what's the word? But this is also, if we're looking at it, that, the bankers aren't running everything, is that peace through strength, right? We beef it up so much, nobody's going to mess with us. And then we can almost like, this sounds crazy, I almost like the bully aspect of it that we got.
Now, that's the key. I'm glad you said that because my dad, I asked him a question about that too, about, I don't remember where we are in the national debt, but.
Hey, touch your mic, Josh.
It's red. Hold on.
Bam. Every time you stop talking and then talk again, I can hear you.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. It's about the national debt. I forgot how many trillions of dollars we're in debt. And I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, why is that even a big deal? And my dad's like, it's not.
Nope.
What are they going to do? Like, what? Well, seriously,
Yeah.
what are they going to do?
Like they're going to come and take it.
No. Like, we are the bully on the playground. We run the world. China might think they can make it. They might make it for a short stint. But if they stop doing business, if anyone stops doing business with America, their economy will, it maybe not right away, but almost instantly go to shit. So what are they going to do?
Nothing.
So if I hear one more bullshit thing about the damn, we're at the debt ceiling or we're in debt and all this stuff, it doesn't mean anything. There's already not enough money in the entire world to pay off the debt we have now.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck, like, why does that even matter?
No, it doesn't. It's just a talking point. That's it. Oh, everything's backed by silver. Who was it that made our currency not be backed anymore? Was it Nixon?
I don't remember. Some douchebag.
Anyway, and it's gonna, dude, the whole fucking thing. Oh, it's a bubble. It's this, dude. No, it's not. It's not, because the bankers are gonna fund this, and then they're gonna go here and fund this, and then it's just gonna keep doing this, and we're gonna be 90 years old on the Almost Legal podcast, sitting here talking about it. And it's, I don't know. Whatever, man. So Alabama football, right?
Road Tide. Can I get a road
That's it.
Tide?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know, man. But
It's a headache, man.
Also,
it is.
y'all got Bama.
I can't get into new conspiracies, dude. I had to get out of them because, dude, it'll drive you fucking crazy.
You see that?
Yeah.
788 on Amazon.
How do you like it?
I just got it. I haven't even read it.
Oh,
It's
I
got
thought it was a bookmark in there.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. I went
okay.
through them. I just didn't read them. You got some I didn't know about, but most of them I did. It's got a bunch of stuff, like the Iran-Contra deal. You got a bunch of stuff. I like to get into the Clintons bullshit.
Yeah, and I'm torn with that too, man. And with old, of course we don't want to call it, but we'll just call it. I don't even want to say the word, but the P-Gate. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Pizzagate. I go balls deep in Pizzagate.
I read your lips, and I think you actually said it out loud. Nope, they're gonna pull the stream down, dude. We're done.
Nah, I did a whole episode on it.
Oh, did you really?
I think the title is what?
Yeah, you called it Pizzagate.
Clinton pedo ties and Pizzagate. That's the title.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to get into the Pizzagate part without, like, the first 45 minutes was me just giving you documented proof of people who are convicted pedophiles that are connected to the Clintons.
Right. And
So you can't argue that. You can't take me down for any of that shit because it's there. Like, that's facts.
Yep. Now, the Pizzagate thing, we're going to tread in muddy waters because we can never come to a conclusion. But you're absolutely right. You can fucking talk about who's been convicted and who actually is a fucking pedophile.
Right. A serial pedophile.
Pull me down for saying facts, which, they've done before.
Yeah, but you're being very, very offensive.
Is my white privilege showing?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's your view on white
That shit
privilege?
back. what's my view on it?
Yeah.
Josh,
Huh?
you still there?
Yeah. What's your view on white privilege?
Fuck them. That's my first thing. Is that I grew up poor as shit, and I think the worst. And I'm not saying that. Actually, yes, I am saying it. But, dude, I grew up freaking poor. I hung out with black people, with white people, and if they're like, "Oh, you're white privileged," dude, that shit didn't exist until what, a year ago or during the election.
Yeah, I agree. I think it exists in a very minute spectrum. Like I could see how maybe when in the eyes of a store owner, I might get looked at differently than say a black person. But at the same,
is that privilege?
That's what I guess I have I have the privilege of like not being profiled. But in the same breath, it's not just black people. Like if I was me, walked into a store in a button up, khakis and some boots, versus if I were to walk into the exact same store
Pants
and
down to your
a
ankles.
wife beater and dirty clothes and I look like I've been doing crack for a week, I would get looked at differently too. So is that black and white privilege? No. That's the media race baiting everybody.
I was going to say that's more of a global, or not even global, but just the media brainwashing of things. They did the study where, hell, it's a damn show on Netflix. I couldn't tell you the damn name of it. Brain Games, maybe, where they dress a guy in a suit and then they have a homeless guy or, guy that's dressed in rags, but it ends up being the same guy. And he's passed out and he's like rolling up a newspaper. Nobody stops to help him. But it takes 2 seconds for the guy in a suit for somebody to come and help him. So I think, dude, it's all perception. It ended up being the same guy. So I think we all have our biases in there.
Yeah, life's all about perspective.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, if you have money and you get, say, a 2000 Mercury Cougar with dents that barely run, you're like, yeah, this piece of shit. Yeah. But if you're, like, poor and you need a way to get to work, you're thankful. You're like, oh, yeah.
That's it, man. And, then my black friends who were growing up, they never looked at me and was like, man, you're privileged, dude.
Race race wasn't that much of a thing back then.
This fucking piece of pizza or what? Because I'm here with y'all motherfuckers.
We're in the same place, man.
It's like, don't yell at me. But, whatever, man. It like you said, it's not a individual thing. It's more of a, broad I guess, type thing. But
like race wasn't that thing.
The damn, I guess what is it? What kind of politics am I trying to say?
Identity.
Yep. Bam. That's it.
Well, it wasn't a thing. Like, race wasn't that big of a deal until the Obama, the savior of racial equality, came and just tore us all apart and made us more separated more than we ever have. But you can't talk about Obama. Why is that? Why is he untouchable?
Well, I mean, you know why he's untouchable, but it's
because he's got a good jump shot. I knew it.
That's it, man. His jump shot is sick. But we're not going to talk about that. He's untouchable. But okay, let me fast forward before I get into his muddy waters. Never mind, dude. I done lost my fucking train of thought. So you go ahead.
I don't know. Someone posted I had to do it. A buddy of mine I used to work with posted this article saying some highway in California or something. They named it after Barack Obama.
I saw the comment.
I said, I got to do it. So I commented. I was like, why? Because you drive somewhere for 8 years and don't get anywhere?
Damn. It's nice.
That was nice.
Brutal.
And I commented below. I was like, sorry, I had to.
Man, what's so funny is what I used to do, especially during the election, is I would go to like the TY or the young or whatever the fuck they are.
The Young Turks.
And I would act
Good
like
God.
a Trump supporter. Like, oh, Trump's. I'm like, fuck Trump. I'm like, dude, it's the most fun. I did it for like 3 fucking months. And, dude, it just made me happy, dude.
Hey, you got to pick your battles, you know?
You could say one word and people will lose their goddamn mind. You could just see them standing on their fucking keyboard just,
What did he say?
You're like, dude, Dude, anyway, it was the funniest goddamn shit ever. So I love the whole triggered thing because I will trigger the fuck out of people for no reason. Do you believe that? Maybe, but you'll never fucking know because I'm having fun with it. Oh,
see, I don't get triggered much, but when I do, no, I'm just kidding. I just don't understand. I love triggering people. Someone asked me, they're like, "Do you?"
The entire world.
They're like, someone asked me, like, "Do you read the stuff you share?" Because it's like all over. Like one day you're this, one day you're that. And I'm like, yeah. I just don't care. I want to piss everyone off, not just one side.
That's it.
Like,
I want everybody to hate me.
Yeah.
I have like 3 followers that go, okay, I get their sense of humor. And
I get it. No, like, what's your view on the wall that's going to cost $5.7 billion that might work, might not work?
See that GoFundMe?
Are you pro wall?
Well, I mean, a nation without walls is no nation.
Every nation doesn't have walls.
I'll say a nation without borders, maybe not walls. I think what's bullshit is he was like, Mexico's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And yet we're having to fucking pay for it. I think that's pretty shitty, and that's a lie. However, if a GoFundMe wants to raise every single dollar for the wall, then hey, I'm for that.
Yeah, if someone's dumb enough to buy.
Hey, man.
I just don't. Look, we don't know if it'll work. Let's put this thing in a more realistic term here. Say you have an infestation in your house of bugs, right? And a guy comes, all right, it's going to be $5.7 billion. Will it work? Will it get all the bugs? Probably not. It'll help. Would you still spend $5.7 billion to do that? No. See, I don't think it's not going to 100%. They'll find another way to get in the country.
Yeah. But it will
also, like, we've cut down just by the laws that are already in place.
Yeah.
That was so crazy. And this is one thing that I liked about, Trump. He was just like, look, I'm not doing anything. We're just going to use the laws that already exist. And we shut down, because Obama was letting the borders just flow through. You could just walk across it. But I don't think we need to have a wall. I mean, if Mexico wants to pay for the motherfucker, build the damn thing. But if we have to pay for it, I don't know. Other than the GoFundMe shit, if people want to pay for it like that, I'm all for it. But, and he's like, oh, Mexico's going to pay for it through trade deficits. Man, you're going to have to fucking really show some goddamn trade deficits.
That's a lot of bananas.
I mean, I don't know, man. Do I want the wall? Maybe. I mean, that might be cool to go down there and see a big-ass wall up.
What are we streaming on?
I don't know.
No, I think just YouTube.
No, I'm saying, did we stream on Almost Legal Podcast or my personal account?
Nah, I'm not quite sure.
No, we're live. This is Almost Legal Podcast, bro.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, someone asked, whose channel is this? Almost Legal Podcast. You know what isn't legal? Me getting high. I got high yesterday. Hell yeah, man. Well, it depends on where you're at,
What's your things on that, Josh?
Marijuana? A reefer?
Yeah.
Why not? That's kind of the way I look at it. But one thing is, I'm not a big thing on, people are like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's nothing wrong with marijuana. It's just a plant. I'm sure it's not good for you. It might not. It might not be as bad as cigarettes, but you're still inhaling something. Yeah. But it's no worse than alcohol.
No, I think it's better.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. And I'm not a huge weed smoker, but I'm one of those guys that wants all drugs legal.
Every one of them?
Every single one of them.
Wow.
Now, because here's the thing. If they're all legal, then it's going to put less people in jail, which I'm also for. I want less people in jail. The war on drugs and this, that, and the other. Now, by having all drugs legal, and I know this is a very unpopular thing. I don't even know if it exists in the world, but this is just my opinion, that if all drugs are legal, all right, and we have education on those drugs and we say, look, this is what it's going to do. We put our money into research and doing it. It's going to put less people in jail, and we do the rehab for people. But because right now, if heroin was legal, would y'all do it?
No.
So nothing changes for majority of the fucking people.
Yeah, but the way our police forces are, which I think is bullshit, the way that the police forces are structured is they're on a fucking quota. which I think is stupid. It pisses me off when it's the end of the month and I see them bastards everywhere, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You're just looking for someone to pull over.
That's it.
Pisses me off. I thought you were protect and serve, not protecting your boss's quota.
Whoa, you had a little bit of weed in your car? Get the fuck on the goddamn ground.
Now,
You're
especially,
like, man,
I don't know where
sorry.
you are, but I don't know if you remember Shelby County. They don't play games over here.
No.
Dude, I remember. I went to college in Shelby County.
Yeah, they got off. They got off. All they did was just raid underage drinking. Like, come on, man. I got arrested for drinking 2 beers at the age of 19.
Did you? I been arrested. Yeah, well, I guess I was 24, but I was in Mobile. The times I got pulled over by the cops in Shelby County, just luckily, I was in my Radio Shack uniform. I just happened to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and drink in my uniform because I was working at Radio Shack at the time. Got pulled over, hammered, dude. The fact that they should have pulled me over. I mean, I was driving a little Honda Civic 5-speed. I was looking at my phone, and it was like I was playing like back when Drake first came out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm cool and shit. Dude, fucking hammered. They pulled me over, and I go, okay, well, I'm going to jail. And I was like, I just got off work, man. I'm tired, you know. And this was summertime. I was like, we got this new cell phone out, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, the new iPhone. And he started talking to me about phones. And I'm like,
Tripping.
you got to get it.
Yeah.
Like, the new iPhone is the shit. Come see me. We'll do it. Okay, where you at? Alabaster. The cop that pulled me over shows up like the week later, and I end up selling the motherfucker a phone. Hammer, dude.
You should have been like, dude, I was drunk as shit when you came.
Dude. And I was trying to give him every deal fucking possible. I'm just like, hey, man, my fucking mic's coming off this shit. But, dude, I don't know, man. It's
Now he's holding it.
Look at this.
I don't miss those at all.
No, dude, they were fun, though, back in the day when you realized that there was no responsibility. And then you go,
Oh, no doubt.
you wake up one day and you go, holy shit. If I get arrested right now, or if I get into a car wreck, I don't have insurance. And I'm not going to be able to fucking afford to get out of, like, dude, anyway, grown up shit sucks, man.
Oh, yeah, getting old, man. You worry about stuff. You can't have any
married,
fun.
dude.
I am. You think too much. I can't even get drunk with my wife out in a bar. I'm like, what if shit pops off? I'll be drunk, can't defend her. You know, and she's a firecracker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you fix your thing. No, it's a wild world we live in. Wild world. I remember. Let's see. This is freshman year of college. I was in the bridge program at. I was full-time Shelton, part-time Alabama, but we lived close to Shelton. So we started a fake frat, man, and we were like the Godfathers, dude. Like, we threw theme parties every Thursday. We had a Facebook page, and people voted on it. And like we had hippie night, CEOs and corporate hoes, which was a good one. I liked that one. But anyway, the moral of that story is it kind of grew. It got a little bit too big and too crazy because, like, I'm not even joking. We had women just would come and do our dishes and do our laundry.
What up?
We had guys that would just come and clean up our place. And here's a question for everybody. If you had to go to jail for something, what would it be? For me, it would be tax evasion. Speaking of tax evasion, good topic, Blackwood Blades.
Big Blackwoods.
You know Blackwood?
Dude, hold on, because that's kind of a weird question, because if I had to go to jail for something, I want it to be the most...
Savage.
No, well, I want it to be the one that gives me the less prison time.
Oh, pussy.
Yeah, dude, I don't like prison, man. I'm scared of that shit. I'm like, oh, prison.
Like, why are you in?
Look, I'm white, motherfucker. What the fuck happened to that?
Did you see Shakira, though? She's facing a tax evasion of like $13 million. And then someone commented, said, she better get to shaking them hips.
That's it, man. I'll at least pay some of those taxes if she wants to come hang out with me. I don't know.
You know she can sing in 5 different languages?
Dude, I just wanted to talk one. I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's what's up.
Why you want, okay, Blackwoods, explain to me why you want to go for tax evasion real
Killing
bad.
myself isn't funny to have a dead corpse in jail.
I don't know what the hell
That
Mr.
just showed up
Turtle's
on the
talking
screen,
about.
or am I tripping?
Killing myself, it's funny to have dead corpse in jail. I guess. I've never been in jail.
What was that? That was like green writing or something, right?
Oh, yeah, that's their comments popping up on the stream.
Okay, yep. You told me about that. Dude, I'll your damn setup, man.
Thanks, man. I don't know what I'm doing.
Look in the top left corner of your...
What's
this? See my hand? I'm in your box.
He's grabbing my head. I didn't put his camera under my camera,
Give
so
you a head rub.
He's bleeding into mine. Hold on, where's my? Okay, there you go. But now I'm in y'all's. Hold on, let me unlock mine. No, No, I was having an argument with a guy. No, it was Chris. When he was telling me about the moon landing, and he said there was no doubt in his mind we went to the moon. And I was like, after all the episodes we've had, you don't have a single doubt in your mind? There's not one doubt.
That's a little bit far-fetched.
That's far-fetched, dude. That's like saying you have no doubt in your mind that Clintons didn't do anything.
Wait, so say this again. Who had a doubt?
Chris,
they did.
Co-host of this show.
Yeah. He's saying that
I brought up...
He doesn't believe, like he.
No, he believes it. He's a NASA fanboy. He believes he didn't have a single doubt in his mind that we went. Ooh. Did you see when I schooled his ass with that comeback when he said they had moon rock and they sent it like 40 different scientists to confirm that it was moon rock, and I was like, how do they know it's moon rock? Yeah. If we're the only ones that've been there.
Rock. What did we send to Norway? What didn't we send?
But how?
To Finland?
Right, but how are you going to compare it to something you've never been to?
No, I mean it was petrified wood that we gave them.
Some of it, yes, that's what I was talking about. From yeah, but I'm saying is if we're the only one that's been there and the only source of this material,
we can say whatever the hell we want to.
How do you know? How do you compare it to anything?
Yeah, dude, that's moon rock.
It's a slippery slope. And then if China fakes it, what are they going to say?
Dude, they can't fake it because we're going to be like, fuck you. We've already faked the shit out of it. So
what I don't understand is, it's been since the 60s, the 70s since we've been.
69.
I understand they might have, they don't want to put humans through that. But why don't they have a live stream from the moon right now?
Dude, you're racist. Dude, you are racist. Dude, why do you hate women, Josh?
I'm a misogynistic pig.
No, just explain to me right now why you hate women.
You'd be a good journalist, my friend.
If you don't think that we landed on the moon, then I don't. Dude, you know what? Just end the stream.
Hey, Max Kellerman, shut up.
But, dude, I'm not torn on this one. I think this one, I do lean more to the fact that we didn't land on it, and you got people out there that's like, meh. But dude, come on, man. 1960 fucking 9, the mathematics that it would take to get to the moon, the radiation field, the flag waving, the wires. I don't know.
But see, I can give you most of them. Like they give you some excuse, okay? The flag waving, okay, maybe it was moving when he was touching it. Okay, I'll give you that. The sound, because there's no sound in a vacuum. The sound of him hammering, okay, I'll give you the fact it was the vibrating up his sleeve. Okay, I'll give you that.
Let's do something real quick. All right, you play devil's advocate, because the thing to do is if you can argue the other side, then you're okay to, I guess, have an opinion, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know the other side. So you play devil's advocate. I'm going to be the guy against the moon landing. You be for it, okay?
Okay.
All right. So when the what is it? The lunar module, the thing that comes down out of the spaceship. All right. Whenever it landed, there was no crater hole underneath it to where the blast would have been.
Blast crater.
And there was no dust that was on the photos all over the legs of the lunar module. And that could be saying the wrong word, but you know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, explain it.
I've never been on the moon. How do you, we don't know. maybe the surface is different. It's harder. You can't. It just blows dust everywhere, but it blows it so fine that it wasn't on the little thing. There's not a lot of arguments for that.
I was gonna say.
See, if I was to be NASA, I just wouldn't say shit.
It's like, huh?
I don't really feel like explaining that one.
So, all right, well, let's go to a different one. The radiation field that they say there's a radiation field that humans cannot travel through because the steel of the time, with the spaceships wouldn't have been able to make it through that radiation field that they have headed towards the moon.
Surprisingly, it's gonna be hard to argue this because I'm so like, but apparently studies have been shown that it's not the type of radiation that is harmful, and it's on the peak of being dangerous, but not at the same time, and the time they're in it isn't long enough to be deadly.
Huh.
That's what they said. But how are we going to confirm? With me and scientists, I don't like it because you hear shit they say, NASA people and like things like, how the hell did they get people on the moon? Like, I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense to me. We can't send anyone back to the moon, but then they're going to tell us that there's some Earth-like planet 4 light years away. That makes sense. Does that make sense to you?
It's all about how the light comes back to the lens that we see. And they can decipher just from the color of the light what it's made up of, gases, everything.
I call bullshit though. There's no way.
That's their.
So I just know.
Yeah, that's how they.
There's not any chance that maybe things just act different in that atmosphere.
They just decipher how the light rays, the infrared rays, everything else.
Wait for him to show back up. Wait, no. Here's the question: what is their reason to fake it?
Reason to beat the Russians in the Cold War. Or
yeah.
Josh, you can take it. Sorry, man.
Reason to fake it. It would actually make more sense. I want you to think of it like this, okay?
King of the Hill, basically.
Well, it was huge. One, Russia was way far advanced than we were, even maybe 1 to 2 years up to the moon missions.
Oh, about 10.
They beat us. Wait, one, who Neil Armstrong replaced because he died in a test thing that they had 14 times the oxygen pumped into it and it caught on fire. He publicly said that NASA's a joke. We can't even get this thing taken off. So anyway, what would make more sense to you? Trying to go to the moon, failing, then getting beaten by the Russians, straight out getting beat by the Russians, or faking a moon landing and beating the Russians with no risk involved. And I could see both sides. I could see we actually did it. We just strapped these son of a bitches to a rocket, flew them through there, didn't care what happened to them.
Good luck, Sonar.
Yeah, the lunar module has never been successfully flown. Yes, you have to sync up with the guy hovering around the moon at the perfect time because there's no GPS invented at the time, and just somehow made up with him perfectly and successfully. So you got to successfully take off, successfully detach and get into the lunar thing, detach from the lunar thing to the lunar module, take off at the exact time to meet up with the guy orbiting the moon, attach to the guy that's orbiting around the moon, and then make it back successfully and land. All that goes successfully. It's really not that hard. Yeah. You might have a better shot of being struck by lightning twice, but it's possible.
It is possible.
So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Wouldn't that make more sense? Because if you look at all the things, and Chris's arguments are always the same. It's like negligence. Oh, they don't have any of the telemetry data. Oh, they just didn't realize it was important. Bullshit. They're like, we didn't think they'd need it. The sole reason you're going, apparently, is to prove to Russia we're better than you, but the data that would prove where the rocket is and when, you don't think's important?
Yeah, well, the space race was always the biggest thing. And a reason to fake it was, do y'all remember Sputnik?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that was put out in the 1950s. Can't give you an exact date, and it could have been 56, but I don't know. Whatever. Okay. That was put out. So
flat Earth. Yeah. Okay.
There was a big space race, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who was going to have the most in space? Blah blah. The Russians beat us to space. Okay. I believe in satellites that are up there. You know, I'm not one of those flat earthers. It's like,
Well, that's
okay,
where we're going next. Blackwood's he's running the show right now. We're going.
Who is this?
Blackwood Blades.
Oh, Blackwood Blades is running. So we've got the Russians that have Sputnik. All right. So we're like, oh, fuck that. Because y'all remember duck in cover in the 50s? Y'all remember the people that are like, oh, duck in cover if there's a nuclear thing, blah, blah, blah. So we're like, all right, fuck that shit. So here's my theory. We faked that shit in the Arizona, New Mexico deserts. All right. We faked the moon landing in a thing, and boom, we streamed it live on television.
No, we didn't.
We can't
See,
even
that's another sketchy thing. They didn't give.
2018.
They didn't give the new. What we saw wasn't the actual live stream. They only gave the news people access to film the screens that were broadcasting it in NASA. So what we were seeing wasn't an actual stream. We were seeing what they were filming on a screen in NASA. How sketchy is that?
Josh, why do you hate women? Again, why do you hate them so much?
See, CNN would have already cut our feed by now.
I can't believe how sexist you are. And it's like, okay, I come on here to have a good time, and all you want to talk about is, you know what? Anyway, so, no, but all seriousness, no, I agree, man. And I don't even remember the fuck I was going with your sexist comment. It fucked me up.
We're talking about how that live stream wasn't an actual live stream.
Right.
They didn't have access to that feed.
Yeah. And I think, and I don't know if these are true, because once you go down the YouTube rabbit hole, but I have seen something to where the Arizona, desert mounds or whatever line up exactly like the fucking craters and the hills on the moon.
Really?
Oh, by the way, we got on a fucking car and drove around on the fucking moon.
Oh, yeah. We brought a car up
Didn't
there.
get our podcast microphones to work right. But, dude, they did all that fucking... What about the shadows on the rocks? I don't know, man. Maybe we did.
It could have happened. I could have seen it. Maybe...
I can't hear you. Stop talking and then say something else.
Okay. You can hear me now?
Dude, that's crazy. As long as you say something and then stop talking, I can hear you the next time.
Well, I know. I see it when it goes out. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just got to keep looking. No,
Cool.
I agree with that. I could... Like, what's it? Joe Rogan. He said he could see how maybe we went and then faked the footage.
Yep.
That could be a possibility.
Could be a possibility.
Because there is proven instances where they took the same backdrop.
Yeah, I'll let it come through. But anyway, if y'all can still hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You never go out. I don't know if you hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Your audio never cuts. It's
He's
just
talking
us.
about is that we never, I could see that maybe we faked it. And if you want to go so far, crazy conspiracy theorists on the Alex Jones, whenever he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, he was saying that we actually went to the moon, but we covered up something on the back side of the moon that was crazy because Buzz Aldrin told him. And it's just like, dude, what the fucking fuck? But I don't know, man. I think if I was a betting person, I would put my money on we didn't go. Now, let's just say that they came out right now and they said, hey, we didn't go to the moon. I still got to get up and go to work on Monday. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, these are the fun conspiracies to me. All these new ones, I don't like getting into.
Well, what's scary with the new ones is if one of them is true, they all are. Because it's all about like world domination type shit.
Yeah, dude, it gets
all right, we got to go to Blackwood's Flat Earth. What legitimacy do you have? I can't confirm nor deny personally.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of just there. I'm not a flat earther by any means. It doesn't make any sense. But some of their arguments is intriguing. But like I said, I can't confirm nor deny. What's yours? Do you think they're complete loony bins or what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that they are. And because you can debunk a lot of their, I used to be one of those people, especially back in the day when YouTube was fun, when you could go down rabbit holes and pick, oh, God, this guy makes a lot of fucking sense. But if you listen to some of the debunking videos of like the JFK or the moon landing, you can go, wait a minute, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But if you start listening to the debunking of the flat earthers, it'll make you think, why the fuck did I think? Like, you gotta feel embarrassed.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
oh,
like that.
it's like, did I really think that for a second? Like,
Why
there's
did I
a
say
stuff
that
we
that one
kinda
night? They
don't.
know it.
Antarctica's like the end of the world, and that's why nobody can go to it. And dude, they're intriguing, they're fun, but yeah, I'm definitely not a flat earther, man.
I also heard one thing, which
Yeah.
was intriguing. I made him listen to it. I don't know if he actually listened to the part I'm talking about. Is the sun's not actually hot?
Yes, I heard
It's
that.
nuclear fusion. Because why is space cold? It's our atmosphere that makes us hot. So why does it get colder as you get higher and closer to space? And why is space not hot if
The sun's
the
actual-
sun is yeah.
Well, your air's more dense.
Yeah. But
You know, now I'm just talking about the atmosphere. So as you go up, of course, things are going to start freezing as you get, less oxygen, as you're moving up. Now, when you get to space, I don't fucking know. I don't think we've actually been past our orbit, if you want me to be honest with you.
you don't think we've been in space at all?
No. When you say space, we're still in our gravitational thing. That's why we have satellites that can still orbit because they're in our gravitational pull.
Right.
I don't know if we've ever been, because I don't know. But all the satellite pictures that we have got to be still in our gravitational pull.
Right.
But to go past that, I don't know. I don't know if we've ever been past that.
Later on in that video, what he was explaining why the sun was cold was because in an alternate dimension, it's a black hole, but in our dimension, it's the sun. So every black hole that we see in our dimension on the
Is someone
alternate
else's
dimension
sun?
is someone else's sun.
That's
So it's just a theory on that.
well, the
right?
guy
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking
his theory.
about was in the Montauk Project, and apparently, am I good? It went out
I like
again.
how it's like good. I like these breaks. Okay, I can
Hear me now? All
Yeah,
right. He was in the Montauk Project, and they had, I don't know what, I can't remember what that is, actually.
There was a bunch of stuff combined. They did a bunch of
A bunch
stuff.
of weird effed up
Time
stuff.
travel, teleportation, mind control.
What's your view on interdimensional stuff and time travel and all this other stuff?
I don't know, man. I like to watch it. I'm just not into the whole time travel thing, man. What's the thing? The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
And it's just. But then you also have the Mandela.
Mandela effect, yeah.
Yeah. So because of CERN, I don't know if y'all know about CERN.
Hadron Collider. They're creating such high levels of electromagnetic energy that it's pulling
Kinda
pieces
creates
of
a-
parallel universes into ours, and they're kind of colliding and changing shit. Yeah. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, and I think that might, if that's real, I'm not saying CERN isn't real, but if that's what's causing this, glitch, you could say, it's fun to look into, but I'm not into it, man. So, Chris, what's your, are you...
This
are
is
you in
Brian.
on
This is Brian.
Oh, this is Brian.
Yeah.
Chris ain't here.
Wait, so who's Chris?
Chris is the co-host guy.
Hold on, Josh. Whenever it comes back up. So what you're doing is, we've been talking to Brian. Who's Chris?
Chris is
Ponytail guy,
he
kind
can't
of
hear
older.
us. He can't hear us. Okay, now he can hear us.
Yeah.
Chris is the ponytail guy, the older guy.
Oh, okay. But this is Brian.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
see him. Everyone else can.
Oh,
Unless you're
sorry.
watching the
Now we
YouTube.
can.
If you go to YouTube, you
Oh,
can
I
see
guess
it.
not.
Yeah, man. So Brian, man, what's your take on it, dude? Are you like on the opposite side of Josh on it, or are you just kind of playing devil's
Concerning
advocate?
what subject?
I guess on this interdimensional galaxies time travel. Like, how do you feel
I
about
don't
it?
have a side. I just think it's interesting.
Oh, same. Yeah,
I'm right
not-
there, but to further what this guy Stuart Swerdlow is saying on the time travel is that there's no Mandela effect or anything like that. Whenever you travel back in time, you're going into an alternate dimension, and you can never return to the same dimension that you left.
Oh shit.
So what
Yeah,
you
his
do
shit's
in an
deep.
alternate dimension will not affect the one that you just came from. It will affect that alternate dimension, and yet,
Right.
like you kill your grandfather, you won't exist in that dimension except because you actually time traveled there. You would exist.
Yeah, I sent him that because he made intriguing points in one video, and I think he went balls.
I went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, he went balls deep. See, I'm like a bad influence. I convert people really bad.
Doesn't mean
Like,
I believe everything he says. It's just very interesting.
I just make people think.
That's it. That's what makes it fun, man.
I just make people think outside the box and think critically, and some of them, most of them, kind of become little conspiracy theorists. And it's not my fault. I don't think it's my fault. Is it my fault?
No.
Yeah,
Who woke you up, Josh?
myself.
Really? How?
I just always looked at things differently.
Like, when was the first time you go, wait a minute, this is bullshit?
All the time. I always overanalyze everything. And I always was skeptical about everything. But mainly it started when just shit with me. Like I see people whispering, I'm like, they're fucking talking about me. I know it. And then it kind of went big from there.
It's like a schizo, like
Yeah.
one of those.
I'm a psychopath. No, it's legit though. Like it spread deep. And I realized no one's talking about it. No one cares about me. I'm just here.
That guy's viewpoint on the Earth is kind of like the hollow Earth. It's actually a globe. It's round. It's not flat.
Mm-hmm.
But at the both poles, there is an opening to an inner Earth.
Inner Earth, is that where the
Yes.
fourth right are?
He actually says that's in Antarctica.
Right. Well, if you go and ask people in Africa, they'll say it's like a legend for them. They say they'll apparently they're going to have the signs at some point in the fourth right is going to come out of the ground.
After a false alien invasion.
Yes. Really?
Yes.
False alien invasion. That, I think, is going to come soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the false alien thing?
Project Blue something?
Blue
I was
beam.
about to say,
Blue Beam?
Yeah.
From CERN. They're working on it.
well, the Pope, too. The Pope coming out saying it's okay to believe in aliens and blah, blah, blah. I mean, yeah, I could see a false alien invasion.
Well, the scary thing is, and the weird thing is, see, this is how my mind works. I kind of connect some things. Kind of like what I was telling you about Trump, where he did that and it looked guilty. This one was, I saw somewhere where they said the UN wants a one world government by 2030.
That's scary.
And I
shit.
go, how the hell are we going to do that? We can't even get one country to.
There has to
come
be
together.
a global catastrophe to cause that.
And then the next week, I find out about this thing, and I'm like, huh,
Mm-hmm.
that's how.
Right.
That makes sense.
Not just
Well,
one
it does
nation,
make
but a globe.
sense until the shit doesn't happen, and then we go, huh, what's the next thing we're going to jump on? But
I don't jump on much stuff. This one's ludicrous. I'm not really jumping on it, but if it does
That
happen,
makes sense,
well,
man.
you heard it here first, people.
Said we're all going to get microchipped.
They're wanting to do that. I think that's going to be the mark of the beast, bro.
I do too. I'm with you 100% on the mark of the beast.
You're
I
going to
think
have
it's
to have
an
that to
actual
eat and shit because they're
microchip.
going to try to get away with physical money. That way they can enslave us.
That's it, man.
If you want to get real ludicrous with ideas, I think that's quite a possibility.
The fact that, I'll be honest with you, man, and you've seen some of the people in Europe that are already having the chips in their hand, cutting their lights on, running their cars. They have to have the chip and they can open up doors and things like that. And you go, And there was an old video that came out in like 2012, and it was like, in the year 2017, imagine going to the hospital and not having your ID, but blah, blah, blah. There'll be a microchip in your hand. And then you go, the selling point's there. Okay, you never have to worry about your wallet anymore. Everything is right here. Oh, let me see your ID. Boop. Hey, you want to pay for something? Boop. The selling point for it is there. However,
It can
there's
be
gonna have
abused.
to
There's
be
a lot of shady
global
shit.
collapse before that bullshit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. And I
Ain't
got
nobody got
bronchitis.
time for it.
Nah,
But
I'm not doing
I've
it.
already got a few chips in my hand, so I'm just trying them out.
How's that going? The only thing I would find it useful for is to feel like a Jedi, just like walk up to doors all the time and have them open because they scan my chip or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't even think that's a practical use of it.
Yeah, just people are like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. And you're like, oh, wait a minute, I fucked up.
Wait a minute, what? Thought we were cool,
Watch me
man.
open this door. Yeah, nobody cares. And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. I love conspiracies, and
I love 'em, dude.
I got a bunch I want to cover, but no one really is knowledgeable. I gave everybody who's involved with this some homework to do. I was like, go get this book and just read. That way when I bring shit up, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's got them all, man. It's got Bigfoot. It's got aliens. It's got Hangar 18. It's got Montauk Project. It's got MLK assassination, JFK assassination. It's got Literally every U.S. conspiracy theory is in there. So, highly recommend it.
Hard is then I mean to interrupt you, man. But what makes it hard is that there are true conspiracies out there.
That's the
man.
ones I like.
Like legit already declassified things, and you go like the Cuban Missile Crisis. And you go, wait a minute, what the fuck? And then people want to laugh at some of these others, and then you go,
Oh, they'll
okay,
never
well,
do that. No, they already have.
Oh, dude, there's so many big ones out there, man. They'll all come out in the future.
Yeah, when I'm dead,
Yeah.
long dead, pisses me off. But
Yeah.
But let's get off this live stream here. It's been good. It's been great.
Yeah, man. I agree.
Everybody who's in here that's not me or my people, because I don't recognize any of y'all, go subscribe. Every Wednesday we'll be live, my dudes. I never really say that, but I said that now, so it is what it is. We'll see you next Wednesday. Peace.
Appreciate it, Josh. Thanks, man.